Hello citizens, how is it going? It's been a while, hasn't it? I've not done a video for a while, I'm not streamed, but it's good to be back. I'm back now and I'm looking forward to jumping back into it with the Premier League coming back in. So yeah, before I get started, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button. In particular, the like button, it helps me be found by other people, helps the algorithm, and helps the channel grow. Now, as I said, I'm glad you're here, so let's jump in. Now, there's been a lot being said currently about the new format for the Champions League, which is coming in 2024-25. And a lot of people are comparing it to the European Super League, you know, when the big clubs tried to break away into that. And I just want to give my opinion on it and why I think it's bad and why I don't care too much for it. So, yeah, for me, the Champions League, as a City fan, I don't really care about it, to be honest with you. And I think if you go to the City games in general, the City fans don't really care. We know FIFA's corrupt, we know UEFA are corrupt. And as part of the Champions League, you know, all we get told all the time is, oh, City want this, City need this, Pep's a failure if we don't win it. I, for one, I disagree. And the reason I disagree is because I think your domestic league is the most important thing for your club, for your fans. And I'd rather win the domestic league every year than even enter the Champions League. I really would. I'm not saying everyone thinks that, but that's my opinion. And I think if people really broke it down and people really thought about it, one of the reasons why everyone hated the European Super League is because, you know, they're trying to break away from the domestic league and they were kind of throwing that under the bus a little bit and being like, we don't really care about that. We just want the money. We just want to play the big teams all the time. You know, so people already have that in the mind that they prefer the domestic league and they want to take that seriously. But for some reason, when it comes to City, other fans, other groups, don't really, you know, they don't give us the respect for that. And they think we should be winning the Champions League or we're failures, you know, and we, you know, they disregard everything we do domestically, which is a joke. You know, even when we won the domestic treble, people were writing it off. But, you know, when it comes to the Champions League, now, when it comes to the current format, you broke into groups, and of course, you play 6 games, and the top 2 teams in each group goes through, and the third place goes down, and the fourth one gets kicked out of Europe entirely. Now, in the new format, in 24-25, you'll see 36 teams put into one big group. Now, this, in UEFA's mind, is a way of getting teams to play more big games. So, for instance, City can play Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, you know, we could play Liverpool, we could play Milan, you know, all the big teams. We could get them 4 times rather than just play them, you know, twice. You know, like PSG, we played them twice this season. You know, maybe we'll get to play them twice, we'll get to play Bayern Munich twice, and we'll get to play Real Madrid twice, all in one group stage. So that's their thinking behind it. But their idea behind it is also that we're going to play teams a little bit less and that we should go through because the better teams are always going to go through. So I think it's the top 8 go through automatically, and then the 8 teams below that go into the playoffs to see who goes through and joins them. Now, for me, I have a few issues with this. First is extending the amount of teams in it. So it's going up from 32 to 36. And every team's going to play 10 games. So you play 5 games at home, 5 games away. Where does this fit in? Because that's 4 more games than you usually play in the Champions League. And again, you're taking out the quality of the domestic leagues, as these teams are going to want to put their best players into this new Champions League format. So potentially you're looking at the domestic league suffering in terms of quality because you're going to have players rested in that and teams are not going to really take it too seriously because they're trying to compete in this because it's going to mean more money and more revenue. And I don't like that at all. It also means more teams get put into it depending on the history in the Champions League. So for instance, if a team like Man United failed to reach a Champions League spot because they've done well in the Champions League for a couple of seasons, they may get offered a place. And for me, that's going back to the European Super League. And it's, again, a way of UEFA trying to appease them clubs. And it shows that money always wins, doesn't it? And it's a little bit concerning to me that they've done that. Because you should be able to earn your place in the Champions League, you know? You should be able to automatically go in it because of your name. And again, that's one of the reasons people didn't like about the European Super League. It's like, how did other teams get into it? Well, if you're giving teams a place in the Champions League based on previous performances in it, like Real Madrid won it 5 years in a row. So if they're winning the Champions League, but then they finish like 10th, like 2 years after they've won it, they're still going to go into it because they've earned that right in previous years. And to me, it's a bit of a joke. You know, I might get that a little bit twisted, I might get that a little bit wrong, but the sentiment's still the same. You can't just give teams entry into an elite club competition just because of history. That's not how that works. You don't give other teams the chance. Then other teams struggle, and other teams fail to catch up, and other teams, are stripped of the right to play in a competition when they've deserved it, because you should earn that right. And it's called the Champions League. I mean, it's not really the Champions League, is it? If 5th place team's going in, or the 6th place team in the league is going into it, how's that called how's that the Champions League? I don't know. I don't get it. For me, I dislike it. And then from the group, when you get into the next stage, the knockout stages, it's going to continue as is the current format. So you play 5 games at home, you play 5 games away, and then say you end up in the playoffs. That's even more games before the knockout stages, because you're going to be in the playoff stage. And it's just so concerning. I mean, I already don't care about this competition. And I think 6 games is enough, because the players, when are they meant to get a break? When are these extra games coming in? You could be playing an extra, 6 games, 7 games, something like that, than you normally would. It's mental to me that they're doing that, and that they're watering down the domestic leagues for this competition. And I don't like it. Now, I just want to say something on financial fair play as well, because it all kind of ties into it. So UEFA's idea for this is obviously to earn more revenue, to earn more sponsorship deals, because the bigger teams are going to be playing each other more. And it kind of comes down to a mixer for the financial fair play for me and the European Super League. When these teams broke away and they were like, we just want to play each other because, this is where all the money's at and stuff like that, they really are saying to teams that money gets you everywhere, And the only way a team can compete with other teams now is by spending money. And the financial fair play, when it came in, it was inherently a good idea by UEFA, or it seemed like a good idea at the time, wasn't it? You only spend what you earn, and you'll never go bankrupt, you'll never lose money, you're always going to be a successful club. Well, that's not true, because how do teams compete against the so-called big clubs like United, Liverpool, and Juventus and teams like that without spending money? And this is one of the reasons why people hate City a lot, is because we spent this money to catch up, and we had to spend that money to catch up. We can't just get taken over by someone and then suddenly go win the league. That's not going to happen. Yeah, Leicester did it, but I mean, that was such a poor season anyway from everyone. It was such a shit season. And then you look at the way we did it, and yeah, we spent all this money, but you look at the infrastructure we put in, we look at the boardroom we've got now, you look at the setup, you look at the other teams we own. We've done it right. We've not just spent money willy-nilly. We're not just throwing like billions at it and gone, let's just win everything. A bit like PSG have. We've actually invested into it heavily, and we earn money every year now. Of course, people disrespect that a little bit. But when it comes to the Champions League as well, that's kind of what they're doing. They're kind of saying, so these big teams are automatically getting put into this competition because of their history. So they will always get the money. And by ensuring that these top teams will always make the 8th place to go into the knockout stages, they're always going to be ahead of everyone else. It's not a fair competition. They're kind of putting into 36 teams into one group. You all play more games, more chance for it. It's not true. That's not what they're doing at all. It's all money. Do not think about this as a fair competition, because it isn't. It's just a disgusting way of UEFA to make more sponsorship money, better deals, and to keep rewarding the bigger clubs. And it's wrong. And like I said, there's a lot of talk about this, even though it got announced last year, because it's coming out into open a little bit more. And as a City fan again, I just care even less about this competition. I'd rather City not be in it. I really would rather City just not be in it, because to me, it's a joke of a competition. It really is. I don't like it. I don't care for it. I have zero interest in it. If City win it, great. Because I want City to win every game in the end of the day. I want City to win every competition. But it means absolutely nothing. And the amount of people I see, honestly, they say like, oh, you say you're not going to be a big club until they win the Champions League. It's not true. It's not true. I've said it so many times. You win it once, everyone's going to say, well, you got to win it 5 times now. Couldn't care less. I'd rather say we're not going to be in this bollocks competition. But of course, you can't do that, because as soon as you do something like that, you're going to fall behind the other teams, and then that's when financial fair play is going to kick you in the butt, because you're not going to earn enough to keep up with them. You have to play these games. And does that mean that we're going to have to sacrifice the domestic league? I hope not. But I can see this making the domestic league suffer. There's already so many games in the domestic competitions. You got the League Cup, the FA Cup, the League as well, and the players barely get a break as it is. The amount of international matches, which I think is a joke. Who cares about international friendlies? against Ivory Coast. Who gave a crap about that game? You know, and the players are having to play it. And then you got this on top of it, an extra 5 games a season into this nonsense. For me, don't like it. And yeah, I'm not a fan. Maybe I'm wrong though. You know, give me your opinion. Let me know in the comments if you think it's any good. Let me know if, you know, if this is the right way to go about it. I do not think it is, because I think this is one step closer to just having a European Super League, essentially. You know, where we just get rid of we drop out the Premier League in Thailand. We just play this. We're just going to play these 35 other teams every season. It's pretty much what they're doing. They've just made a league. They've just made a European Super League where history gets you automatically put into it. It's exactly what people disliked about the European Super League. Well, that's my opinion anyway. Make sure to hit the like button. Like I said, it's good to be back. I'm thinking as well over the next couple of weeks, I might do one this week actually, because I will be streaming the Burnley game. I'm not streaming the Burnley game, but I'll be doing a live watch along for it, so join me for that. It's going to be a tough game. I will be doing obviously a match preview before that, but I'm thinking of doing reaction videos as well on other channels, talking about City or talking about City players, you know, and give my opinion on that. But let me know what you think. I'm thinking about doing some reaction videos. It'd be fun, won't it? And we can all have a laugh together. So yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the new Champions League setup and what you think City should do, and whether you think it does hurt the domestic leagues like I do, or maybe you don't. And make sure to hit the like button. Thank you very much. Enjoy. Bye bye.